What it do, y'all? What it do, y'all? I'm your host with the motherfucking most, Chill motherfucking Murray, and you are now tuned in to the Live from the Spot podcast, episode 55, baby. Doing a little bit late. I had to work today, of course, so I can't do no maneuvering around and getting pre-production ready until late night. But I miss doing my late night chills. And of course, this is I probably should just retitle this late night chill. Uh, but anywho, welcome. Thank y'all for tuning in or not tuning in. Y'all know how we do and how we rock and roll. No sleeping in the streets. No sleeping in the streets. It's beef. It's beef, man. I meant to pull up that as well. So speaking of which, I guess we might as well start there as well. So you gotta see the cover of the pod today. And yeah, I wasn't expecting, of course, this to happen. Not this soon, anyway. I wasn't expecting no shit like this to spill out in the streets this soon. But I said on this pod before, I didn't expect who was gonna be with, but I said that Family Matters record, that Family Matters record did some stinging. Alright? I said that shit did some stinging. Now, I thought it was just Kendrick that it stung. Apparently, it wasn't. I was sadly mistaken. It was not just Kendrick that Family Matters took a stung to. Now, of course, we broke down the lyrics about who was who. But there was one in particular lyric in Family Matters that I kept saying that I couldn't figure out, and that was that if Drake Shooter's doing TikTok, if Drake Shooter's doing TikTok, that's P's brother, y'all ain't getting shit shot. Remember I kept saying I can't figure out who the fuck P's brother is. I done figured out who P's brother is tonight, y'all. We gonna get into it. So, if you have not heard, all day long the headlines have been talking about Drake's mansion has been shot up. Now, Drake's mansion in particular has not been shot up, but the security guard that was standing outside 2 o'clock in the morning got shot up. And I was saying to myself, okay, like everybody else, I was like, damn, did the Kendrick and him beef go this far? Because I kept saying, like, yo, this is feeling a little Biggie and Pacish. This done went beyond modern day Jay-Z and Nas. This is feeling 50 and Josh. This is not, I mean, this went beyond rap lyrics. I kept telling y'all that. I kept fucking telling y'all that every single time I got on this bitch. I was like, this is about to get beyond rap. When niggas start talking about each other's families and shit like that, like deep-rooted shit, like niggas' kids ain't theirs, and you start calling niggas pedophiles and shit, and he calling this nigga gay, and like it's other shit. He telling ASAP shut the fuck up. He telling Ross shut the fuck up, or I'll make your plane crash. Like, and then Ross plane swivel. Like, I keep telling you niggas, this shit getting beyond rap. This shit getting beyond rap out here. Y'all keep playing. Or should I say not listening? Let's get beyond rap out here. It's getting way beyond rap lyrics. But I'm gonna play this news clip of what transpired today. Because I, like I said, am baffled.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we do have some breaking news that we want to get to. This is some aerial footage of the house from Drake. This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home, and one person was injured in this. According to TMZ, sources confirm the injured person is a member of Drake's security team. Now, police have yet to say if they believe the shooting is related to the Kendrick Lamar feud. Drake and Kendrick Lamar have been feuding for quite some time, releasing diss tracks against one another. But again, police have revealed the victim suffered a gunshot wound to the upper chest, and it does appear to have been a drive-by attack. Also, there has been impact across the Atlantic. In London, someone reportedly vandalizing Drake's store, spray painting, quote, "They not like us" on the store's front window. That graffiti inspired by Kendrick Lamar's latest diss track drop, quote, "Not like us." And just a short time ago, we were hearing from Canadian authorities as they shared the very latest in this shooting, and I do want to play that for you right now.
And I'm one of the media relations officers for the Toronto Police Service. Speaking today is Inspector Paul Kravchuk of our Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, which investigates all shootings and firearm discharges within the city of Toronto. Inspector?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Inspector Paul Kravchuk of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and I'm pleased to be here today. I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as we canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions.
Was Drake home, and is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation focus?
So I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation, okay? Like, it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
So if you didn't hear, of course, I know the audio was very low. What the reporter asked him was, how deep is the Kendrick Lamar beef, and is it being investigated as such, as well as are they investigating the fact that this could be an invasion of territory over the borders, hinting, or should I say insinuating, that could this be a West Coast versus Toronto thing? And of course, I don't think that is the case. We're going to get into that.
Shot still in serious condition.
investigation, have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that fled?
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition.
Age?
And I'm not going to just... no, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys begun your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video involved with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said suspects plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as a drive-by shooting, or more specifically, did they stop and open fire?
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene. That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone? Were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
In the incident, did it look like the security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
Don't know at this time.
You said you have video capturing the incident?
Yes.
The actual shooting?
Yes.
And you can't give us a description of the vehicle?
Nope, not at this time.
Because you don't want to release it?
No, because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct? So we, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
You mentioned that the shooting occurred outside the gates, but there are markers inside near a garage, and there's an area cordoned off there. Would shell casings have gone that far? Why would that be?
I haven't even walked up to the scene, so I can't comment. Oh, thank you.
Do we know how many shots were fired?
No, that's going to be part of the investigation. Can't comment at this time. Thank you very much.
Is it gang related?
All right, so we were just listening as authorities provided the very latest information after a security guard was shot outside the rapper Drake's house right there. And this is aerial footage of his home in Toronto. You can see it is a very large residence that is being described as an upscale neighborhood. So this is what we know from authorities. The security guard was outside Drake's home, which you see right there in this aerial footage. When that shooting occurred, the shooter was inside a vehicle. That vehicle drove by this house and shot the security guard. The security guard right now is in the hospital in serious condition. We were hearing reporters asking whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's feud with rapper Kendrick Lamar. And we heard authorities saying this is very early on in the investigation. And at this point in time, they do not have a motive. But you heard from the authority right there that there will be an increased police presence in this neighborhood. He did stress that there is no difference from other shootings. He also said he cannot confirm if Drake was actually home at this time. Again, this is Drake's home in Toronto. He did say, though, that there is video evidence that captured the shooting. He did not elaborate as to exactly what that video showed. And he also said that they don't have any information about who called 911. So again, we are following some breaking news after a security guard outside Drake's Toronto house was shot, now in the hospital in critical condition. It is unclear whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's ongoing feud with fellow singer and rapper Kendrick Lamar. And again, these are aerial shots of Drake's Toronto mansion right there. Of course, as soon as we get any new information, we will share that with you here on Live Now from Fox.
Okay, so I thought I was off mute already. So, with that being said, ironically, 8 days before that, just a week before this, another home was shot at in Toronto. Now, of course, let me also address what you might be thinking. Oh, the vandalism. Think about the vandalism, but not like us. Yeah. I know about that. That pretty much sounds like fans to me. If we're talking about vandalism and fans saying not like us at an OVO store, that's typical fan shit I can see. There was just a little nigga that just went to New Hope King being on some fan shit, just going to get some food. Little regular punk nerd kid just trying to do that shit or whatever. But when you hear about shootings and shit, you say, oh, what else is going on in the neighborhood? See, that was another reason why I felt it was necessary for us to talk about, and I guarantee you a lot of y'all probably didn't pay attention to that part that I broke down top 5. Drake shooter, the Sizzlack situation with him getting broad back in the day, New Hope King, all that was broken down, right? All that to say, Drake allegedly has real ties in the Toronto streets. Whether y'all want to believe that or not. Okay? Now, who else has ties in the Toronto streets? Would be the XO gang. XO gang is the Weeknd. I know what you're saying. Now, wait a damn minute. These are 2 pop stars. See, a lot of y'all know the Weeknd from The Weeknd Now. Y'all know the Weeknd Now. Y'all know pop star Weeknd Now. Okay? Y'all don't know about Balloons Weekend. Y'all know about that weekend. Some of y'all know about Balloons Weekend. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all fans of the Weeknd. But if you remember the Weeknd from back then, you know what I'm talking about. Before the Weeknd was, popping like that. When he was just getting started with Drake. Them days. Okay? But what am I referring to by this? A week ago, like I said, someone else's home was shot at. Saw this on the ABC News and said, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Now to some breaking news out of Encino, where a security guard has been wounded outside of a music executive's home.
Gigi Graciette is live there with all the details. Gigi.
And the man, we're told, is fighting for his life. He's in his early 30s, in critical condition, and at last check was in surgery. You are looking live at this private road here in Encino. LAPD and their investigators still here. Take a look at this video just shot for you. You can see police officers around a guard shack, and that is where it is believed that security guard was shot multiple times around 2:30 this morning. 911 receiving many calls from people who said they heard 3 to 4 gunshots, and it's possible the victim.
You see the basketball court? You see the basketball court?
Was alert and conscious and managed to call 911 himself, telling police that he had just been shot here at the home. The suspects, 3 men, all reportedly armed with guns, wearing hoodies, took off running right after the shooting. Now, the multi-million-dollar home belongs to Amir Ismailian, better known as Cash XO, who together with recording artist The Weeknd founded XO Records and has made quite a name for himself.
Now, isn't that something? Just 8 days ago, Amir Cash, the manager of The Weeknd, his security guard was shot. Isn't that something?
The music industry, at least 4 people were inside the home at the time of the shooting, and it is believed that the security guard was working for Ismailian, who earlier we were told was at home at the time of the shooting. We're working to confirm that. Again, a man left fighting for his life after being shot here. Police working on the theory that this was possibly an attempted burglary or home invasion, but they ran into the security guard first, shot him, and then those suspects took off running. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette.
sound like
back
no
to you.
burglary
All
to
right,
me.
Gigi, thank you.
That ain't sound like no burglary to me. That sound like a warning. That sound like to me. That sound like somebody was trying to warn somebody. Somebody was sending a message. We watched the mob movies. Allegedly, of course. I say that. Somebody was allegedly sending a message. Anyway, we seen the mob movies. That was somebody trying to say something. Okay? That happened 8 days ago. At the manager house. Okay? Now, a lot of y'all are saying to yourself, well, who the fuck is Amir Cash? Okay? Let me show you who Amir Cash is. And it's quickly going to make sense to you. It's quickly going to make sense to you on how this happened. This is Amir Cash's Instagram, okay? Notice the second fucking picture, okay? That's one thing. That's one thing, right? This is Cash. Okay? This is Amir Cash. But you see whose pictures he keep posting, right? You see who he keeps posting himself up with. Metro Boomin, who also has supposed huge beef with Drake right now, right? See him in Future here. Amir Cash again. Now remember, this is XO Gang. This is The Weeknd's manager. Okay? Understand what we're talking about here. So, apparently, the long-standing feud and beef between The Weeknd and Drake has resurfaced amid a lot of lyrics that have been showing up lately as well over the past couple of years. Now, I started doing some thinking, of course, with the lyrics. Okay. And started connecting a couple of dots here. Just a couple of dots. So, real quick, let's listen to the shot that The Weeknd threw prior to push-ups. Actually, no. Yeah, let's play that. Let's play that. Because this is where Drake would say, okay, gloves are off. So, before I play that, I just want y'all to know that people were saying on For All the Dogs, Drake took a shot at The Weeknd. But it was a very subtle shot, so you couldn't really tell. The Weeknd would then confirm it with these lyrics here. Hold on. I got you. Here we go.
That I never signed my life away, and we never do the big talk. They shooters making TikToks. They could never diss my brothers, baby.
Yeah.
When they got leaks in their operation, I thank God that I never signed my life away, and we never do the big talk. They shooters making TikToks.
So, all of that was aimed at Drake on a record called Ode to Myself on Metro Boomin, on Metro Boomin and Future's album, We Still Don't Trust You, is the part 2 to the first one he did, We Don't Trust You, where Kendrick Lamar had first dissed everybody, dissed Cole and Drake. One like that. So they doubled back with a second album where they had ASAP, Weeknd, and a couple other niggas dissing Drake again. So it's like, all right, that's the whole industry against me. All right, I get it. All right, I'm gonna address every last one of y'all. Every last one of y'all I'm gonna address. So he does, right? On push-ups. Now, some lyrics are gonna start to stick out from push-ups. Now that we start to hear some new names, right? Let's see where he gets at the weekend at. I could never be a number one fan. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. You pussies can't get booked outside America for Nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. That was all at Future in the Weekend. I could never be a number one fan. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. That was the Weekend. Your pussies can't get booked outside America for Nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. He was talking about Future's girl Tokyo. Now, let's move along. Down to, where is it at? Right, where is it at? Right here, where he gets at, where he officially gets at, where he starts. Here we go. So, claim the 6 and you boys ain't even come from it. And when you boys got rich, you had to run from it. Cash blowing, able bread, out there tricking. So Cash, Amir Cash, Weekend, Able, out here tricking. Shit we do for bitches, he doing for niggas. What the fuck? So apparently there were guys that they were getting to sit courtside with them at NBA games. So that's where the reference came from, with them basically tricking on dudes. So I thought it was a reference to them trying to say the Weeknd was gay. It was more so them trying to say that they basically were recruiting. See, I didn't catch that reference at first. Jets, whips, chains, wicked, wicked, wicked. Spend it like you trying to fuck, boy, you tripping. Okay. Let's move forward. Drake then again comes back with Family Matters, right? And here's where I couldn't figure out the line, remember? I couldn't figure out what he was talking about when he started out with, if Drake shooters doing TikToks, realest shooter in your gang, that's P's brother. Y'all ain't getting shit shot, nigga. Can't listen to the stick talk in falsetto. Save it for the hip hop, nigga. You don't even be at home, dog. You a souvenir out the gift shop, nigga. Still mad about the one hoe, Bella Hadid. We ain't even fuck. I just lip locked her. I get active when it's wartime. I ain't even really let my dick drop, nigga. Okay, see? All of that first part right there, I didn't catch was at the Weekend. That realest shooter in your gang, that's P's brother, y'all ain't getting shit shot. Can't listen to the stick talking falsetto. Save it for the hip hop, save it for a hip hop nigga. Y'all don't even be at home, dog. You a souvenir out the gift shop, nigga. Let's move forward. Where he addresses the Weeknd again. And I'm noticing he keeps addressing the Weeknd and Kendrick together. I'm noticing he keeps referencing them together. Even though they're all getting at him at the same time, I notice he keeps putting their bars together for some reason. For example, good kid, Mad City van will pop the latch and let the door slide. Tears running down my cheek, laughing out you pussies dying. That's a war cry. Then he goes into the weekend. Weekend music getting played in all the spots where boys got a little more pride. That's all your friends dipping to Atlanta paying just to find a tour guide. Able run your fucking bread, need to buy some more chains for some more guys. Let me find another street nigga I can take to the game to go courtside. Let me get a used Ferrari for a rapper. Take the nigga on a horse ride. Anything to take the spotlight off the fact that the boss is a drugged out little punk sissy from the north side. All of that to say XO was soft. Okay? All that to say that XO Gang was soft. Because like I said, he would reference Cash. Then he would talk about the fact that, you know, the realest shooter in your gang is P's brother. Y'all ain't getting shit shot. I started thinking about who was who, right? And started looking at some articles, of course. Now, Drake has a couple of people that he's very close to within the XO gang. One of those people. So, for example, right? If I Google XO gang, right? If I Google XO gang the weekend. I'm trying to find the one I pulled up earlier that had the list right there of the crew members at the weekend. Ah, here we go. I don't know why that was so damn hard to pull up. I don't know why that was so damn hard to pull up. If you look right here, I'll highlight it for you. Weekend, Belly, Nav, Cherry 22. Now, Cherry 22 was, I think, about 2 years ago. She has really nothing to do with this. But Nav, if you don't remember, we talked about Nav being, which I still can't pinpoint where he's even dissed Nav. There's lyrics that's on We Don't Trust You from Nav that dissed Drake. But Drake hasn't really, like I said, addressed Nav too much. I mean, I guess you could say the "You Pussies Can't Get Booked Outside America" for Nan part with him, or even the "You Guys Ran," we got rich and ran from it, because Nav, of course, was out and he was public about saying he feels like he got, you know, he was already rich. And he didn't really necessarily need the fame and that. He just wanted to keep making music. He didn't care about the superstardom or whatever. That came from Nav himself. So that would leave, besides the weekend, this name here. Belly. Now, a lot of people don't know who Belly is, right? But let me show you Belly. Okay? So, I've known about Belly being in XO Gang since the early days of Toronto, okay? I'm talking about the early days of Toronto. See if I can find that picture of him and Belly that I pulled up. Well, shit, I just go to it too. I'll just go to it too. No. So you can see how far these two go back. So when I'm hearing things like that's P's brother yelling getting shit shot, and I'm thinking about who Drake is actually close to in the XO camp, I'm thinking about certain people. that he might actually know. This is him at b.l.a.'s birthday bash. Now I thought it was just b.l.a.'s birthday bash, but apparently it was somebody else's birthday. Maybe it was a different night that I saw the other pictures at with him and b.l.a. See him in the weekend here. Oh, that was a picture I was trying to find. So this is way back in the day. b.l.a. and Drake, back when they did the record together. Make It Go. Now I can't play that record, of course. I think this is a copyright there. No old record label. But yeah, like I said, old Toronto days. These two go way, way back. Way back. Drake and b.l.a. Now, some of y'all are unfamiliar with b.l.a. as far as him musically. So, to familiarize y'all with b.l.a. and why I think he has something to do with the street ties of this.
Temperatures we've seen in over 50 years. Cleanup crews have been up for days. Hell froze over, folks. If you don't believe me, just look outside your window.
Angels cry every time you dance. I took a chance. I guess I met the devil in France. She shook his hand. White sand, black bandanas and semis. Jewels stashed to work in the Hemi. We trap from Denny's. Quit Henny, bad bitches. I hit plenty. Here's a list of real niggas. Me, I missed any. I don't think so. Say a prayer like it's before dinner. Hot shells during the cold winter. Wonder why I saw Balmain and custom board. Cause Santa never had shit for a Muslim boy. Gon' figure, gon' figure. They roll over on you when they was rolling with you. Snitches. Code of honor like it's the holy scripture. Bet it's 20/20 vision till that 40 hit you. Up for days mixing drugs with the paranoia. This one for the dope boys, stacking just to pay the lawyer. I sit at home all alone with the 44 under my pillow, trying to dream it's a cold winter. No friends in the end, they all pretend. 7 sins talking revenge, I serve a cold dinner. Really came from nothing, homie, nothing's realer. Really came from nothing, homie, nothing's realer. Really came from nothing, homie, nothing's realer. Really came from nothing, homie, nothing's realer.
Okay, so that's b.l.a. For those of y'all that may have not known b.l.a.'s background, I'll say. So when I hear about, like I said, some of the street shit that go on for the XO side, that was where my mind went to. That was the first person I thought of. Like, okay, maybe you ain't understand the first time we said, chill out. Talking about XO talking to Drake and OVO. Like, because that's, like I said, that's the only person that I could think of that Drake would not expect to step in, which I'm pretty sure, like I said, allegedly, I'm pretty sure he was warned ahead of time to not do anything like such, allegedly. Because if he has to step in, it's going to be a different thing. Now, let's break down a couple of other people that were also mentioned, okay, in these past couple of records. So I remember back when Drake first allegedly had squashed this beef. I guess we're saying allegedly with that one too, you know, because he didn't actually, but allegedly has squashed this beef with the Weeknd, right? Oh, man. One more clap. All right. So these are the war lyrics. So I was watching a couple of videos, and I remember someone saying that Drake had publicly addressed his beef with the Weeknd, right? Now, War came out in 2019. So this is not too long ago, okay? Now look at this. Just checked into a hotel. Floor that we on got potent aromas. OVO EXO. Link up. Mandem drink up. Me and the Drillers. Hawking Sticks and Cash. Amir Cash. And Baka. Baka Not Nice. Gucci. P and Gilla. And that boy that sound like he sang on Thriller. Well, we know who that is. Who else sounds like Michael Jackson out here? The Weeknd. Okay? That's been my nigga. So he's trying to say that basically there was a night that all of these guys had linked up, right? So I said, I've seen that before. I've seen that a trio of like that before where the P is mentioned, right? I said, okay. Now we're getting somewhere where P is. Now we're getting somewhere of who P is and who's his brother. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So, look at a couple pictures, You start thinking about some things. So, he mentions that they link up, right? This would be the evening that they linked up. Where he mentions P and Gilla. EXO drink up. Remember, he was at a hotel, right? So, this is him at the CN Tower on Bridal Path. And who's he with? Gilla. And I found the P, Pressa. Now, Pressa is a up-and-coming rapper he's an up-and-coming African rapper, I believe. Or Afro beats, excuse me. I said it wrong. Afro beats rapper. I have not really heard too much of Pressa, but I know he has that Caribbean-style sound as well. That Afro beat sound, I should say. I keep saying the wrong thing. It's late, forgive me. But, yes. He has the more island vibe Afrobeat sound, Pressa. So, he's also from the street, allegedly. Along with these gentlemen here, okay? Now, another person he mentioned was, what? Gucci, right? TV Gucci. This would be the Gucci gentleman he mentioned. This was at a video that he directed for Gucci. See, now we're breaking down some of the people that's around here. But, once again, we would have to think about who was he saying when he said that's P's brother? This is Pressa and Belly. Once again, certain things start to make sense. Amir Cash and Belly here. Certain things start to make sense when you start to connect certain dots and where certain people are and who are close to who. Amir Cash and Belly. And we all know this guy here in the middle already. That's his boss. Okay? I hope things are starting to make a little bit more sense to you. And that's, of course, oh no, this is whatchamacallit. That's his other boy's name in EXO. I forget his name now. I forget his name. Sal. That's Sal. That is Sal. That is Sal in the OVO EXO gang. I know him and Amir Cash look alike, right? Here's Belly with Nav. So like I said, you have to look at who all these guys are next to. Now, of course, like I said, that's why I felt the need to show you guys who Belly was and allegedly what his background is. As you see him here with Ross as well. He just did a video with Ross, actually, last year. They did a hell of a record, actually. But is it now coming clear to you the people that are close in these circles? And like I said, the biggest need that I needed to show you on Belly's background was to let you know who Drake possibly was talking about when he said that's P's brother yelling getting shit shot. He possibly was talking about Belly. And the fact that he is very close to Belly, nothing he thinks would be done to him. On top of being affiliated with Pressa. Drake is very close to Pressa as well. So, this is how The Weeknd is able to even say there's leaks in the operation. This is how he's even able to say things like they got leaks in their operation, you know? Because it's all over the damn place. It's literally all over the damn place. Everybody knows fucking everybody. Everybody just knows everybody, man. See? Him and b.a.c and Pressa. And he's outside, of course, because you can't show those guys. So that tells you where he was at. Oh, didn't mean to show that one. So like I said, man, I can see, like I said, easily how people would say that there are leaks in the camp on both ends. If we're being honest here, there's leaks in the camp on both goddamn ends. Because everybody is clicked up together. So you really can't tell who's who. Or should I say who's enemy of who? Or who, should I say, is going to snake who? That's him in the mirror cash. But same night, Drake's there. That was like I said, this is Belly's birthday bash. Ain't no telling what's going on, no, man. Allegedly. Everything is allegedly.